Good morning. It is a beautiful day for baseball. Game 3 for Tennessee in the Lone Star State. The Volunteers close out their run in Arlington this morning against Virginia Tech. The Hokies enter with a record of 7-3. Tennessee, after yesterday's victory against Arizona State, also 7-3. It's Evan Blanco on the mound for the Vols. He's opposed by right-hander freshman Ethan Grimm. So why don't we go ahead and get the last word from the dugout with the coach of the Volunteers, Josh Elander, as we talk to him prior to today's game.
Did in winning yesterday. Coach, what was it like just to watch the team perform the way it did in winning yesterday?
Yeah, it was a great win for our club. And, again, just with having those one-run or close games, the more games we can play like that going into conference play, I think the better. But really cool to see Landon Mack obviously lead the charge out of the gate, and then Appy and Fred just a tremendous job. And then, Levi grinding out on that bat, and Blaine and him working together to get us to that two-run lead there in the ninth was really, really big for Appy, giving him some breathing room. But we're excited about that one, but looking forward to today as well.
What was it like to see the table setters work the way they did? And then we got to see, it wasn't in one game, but Chris Newstrom with the Texas cycle to get the double, the 2 runs, just to give Tennessee the lead early on.
Yeah, it was good to see out of the gates. I mean, that was a good arm we were facing yesterday. It was up to 96, and so 3 different breaking ball looks, so kind of a different guy to prepare for. But, with our offense, I think they're capable of stringing together multiple extra base hits at any point, right? So it's good to see some guys having some confidence, executing the plan, and getting out of the gates, because when we do that, it gives our defense a chance to settle in, and our pitchers more conviction to attack the strike zone.
You talked about Mack and just his approach. There's a situation, I guess, in the 3rd inning where they've got 2 on, and then he just bows up for a couple of huge outs.
I think he does a great job. I think him and Appy both have a unique and a gift, really the abilities when things get hot, they can just say, no, it's over with here, right? So Mack did that a few times. Again, a couple 3-2 breaking balls he threw, hunting down the middle of the lineup right there. But again, not giving in when things get tough, right? So that's a characteristic of any good baseball player. But I know Mack and Appy, that was really cool to see them both do that yesterday.
It sure was. And with Brady, it was also something. You look at his last 2 outings, and he's somebody who's just trying to keep everything right there in line when you're looking at Game 3 against Kent State, and then got some big outs yesterday. He's really starting to warm up in terms of his performance in the orange and white, isn't he?
Yeah, I think the first few outs maybe just trying to do a little bit too much. But yesterday the velo was back up to 84, 85 from, that slot is such a unique look. But again, he's a guy we have a ton of confidence in. He's got a ton of confidence in general, right? But just to attack the strike zone, and a couple lefties took some good swings on him yesterday, but really, hey, no panic or whatever, just still attack the strike zone, and was a really good job of bridging us to Appy right there, because, Arizona State, hats off to them. They did a really good job of grinding out at bats versus Mack to get that pitch count up a little bit.
And then for Cam, you're talking about the freshman, comes out of the bullpen. He's charged with getting the last 6 outs. What did you see out of him to be in that position and get the first save for any Tennessee Volunteer this year?
I just saw poise, right? But again, it starts with attacking the strike zone. He wasn't trying to feather pitches in there, hoping to have success. Again, he was going to get guys, and that's what you want, right? Regardless of freshman, lefty, righty, whatever it may be. It was really cool to see, because I think he could be a weapon for us. But that'll be a big one where he can look back, and he's grown up a little bit right there.
You get the big insurance run in the 9th, and then 1, 2, 3, bottom of the 9th. What was it like for this team to be able to celebrate again at Globe Life Field?
I think it was great, right? Again, just especially after the game on Friday night, nobody was happy with how that one played out. And then again, to come out of the gates and get 4 runs, but also then hold the line right there with, again, kind of some back and forth throughout the game. And, again, those one-run games, the guys have to learn how to deal with that. There's going to be plenty of that in SEC where guys are trading punches, but also you got to learn how to win together as a group, whether it's, it's 10-11 or 4-3, or you hold the score over the course of the game, right? So I thought it was good with those guys. That'll be one they can put in their back pocket that'll prepare us better for down the line.
So it was an early start yesterday, an earlier start today. What's it like to get the team ready and leave the hotel before 8 a.m.?
This is definitely a nitro cold brew morning over here. Got a bunch of guys drink some coffee, getting going. But baseball, we're excited about it. Got another good competition and with Virginia Tech today, and they got a really good arm at freshman up to 95 going today. So there's been no shortage of stuff for our competitors on the mound this weekend. But we get to take BP on the field and one more game over here at Globe Life that we're looking forward to.
Evan Blanco left Virginia to come to the University of Tennessee. He's familiar with Virginia Tech. What does that mean in terms of having him be the guy that leads the way today?
Yeah, I think there's a little bit, and obviously they've played against each other, the teams, but there's been some changes there. I knew Virginia Tech has a new pitching coach, and Doug that does a great job over there, and again, they've had some transfers, so there is some changes, but again, we wanted, when we talked about it, hey, maturity on Sunday. I know Blanco grinded it out for us last week. It was pretty chilly in Rocky Top last Sunday. So, again, I think being inside today and get a little bit warmer weather, I think he'll settle in because I know the command was a little bit of hit and miss early last week, but he's a guy we got a ton of confidence in and excited to see how he competes today.
And I know you have to like how your bullpen stacks up. You've got guys like Bo Rudy. You also have Braden Krenzel. Anybody else that you'd like to get a look at today?
Yeah, those are really the two that we need to get out there, right? They need to get we need to get them on the mound, right? So again, we've kind of talked about stacking them up as we go, and then the one we talked about, the last one, would be obviously Blanco and Krenzel, and then Rudy's got great stuff. We need to get him out there. So Arv came up to me yesterday and said he's ready to chomping at the bit to get back out there again, which that was really cool to see, but kind of play it safe with him. I only threw 19 pitches on Friday, but there's a chance we could see him as well. But those would be the three going into today that we're zeroed in on.
Doing anything different with your lineup today?
Yeah, we will. So, again, we're going to get Levi behind the plate. I mean, obviously, Stone's done a tremendous job for us, but you got to keep the big picture in mind. Sometimes if you start going 3 and 4 games a week too early in the year, those guys can physically disappear down the stretch. So we're going to put Levi behind the plate. That'll move Newstrom to first. We've been working on that in practice for a while. Get the athleticism on the infield, and that'll put Manny and Ariel in the middle of the field, right? So we got to play defense behind Blanco. He's more of a contact guy right there, but that'll be the mix that we'll go with today.
And then the orange and white has certainly been out there loud and proud in the stands. What does that mean when you've got a chance to finish 2-1 this weekend with such support down here in Arlington?
That's the name of the game. We talk about it all the time. You got to protect your home turf in midweek games, right? If you want to play in the postseason at home, you got to win on those midweek games, and then we're in the business of winning series, right? So we got a second opportunity to do that going into, which we didn't get it done last weekend, right? So we need to learn from what worked or what hasn't worked. And again, but another great team we're playing today. There'll be some good competition. They have some really good arms hiding in the bullpen, a lot of velocity. So. But our guys need to come out of the gates and be ready to go because, again, Sunday's a big day for this program.
Once again, great opportunity for Tennessee. Coach, good luck against the Hokies.
Thank you, John.
So that's the head coach of the Volunteers, Josh Elander, and that's the last word from the dugout with the coach of the Big Orange. It's brought to you by First Horizon Bank, Big Bank Muscle, Small Bank Hustle, the official bank of the Vols. Tennessee has taken the field defensively. Volunteers, the home team for the second time on this Texas swing, so it is Virginia Tech that gets to hit first. Why don't we go ahead and take a look at the Eastman starting lineups, brought to you by Eastman and our good friends at Food City, UT Recycling and Waste Connections. Remember to put your plastic drinking cups and bottles in the recycling barrels when you visit Lindsey Nelson Stadium this season. Remember, good sports always give back. As far as the starting lineup for Virginia Tech, leading off, playing first base, is number 4, Sam Grube. Batting second in left field, number 8, Nick Locurdo. Batting third, second baseman, number 11, Ethan Ball. In center field, in the cleanup spot, number 13, Trayson Hughes. Batting fifth, the designated hitter, number 18, Hudson Luderman. Batting sixth, wearing number 25, is the third baseman for Virginia Tech, and that is Owen Petrich gets the start at third base and will bat sixth. Batting seventh, the catcher, number 3, Anderson French. Batting eighth, the shortstop, number 2, Pete Daniel. And batting ninth in right field, number 10, Sam Gates. As far as the pitcher for the Volunteers, he wears the number 11. He is a senior. Left-hander, 6 feet tall, 210 pounds, from Woburn, Massachusetts, Evan Blanco. Blanco on the season, 1-1 with an earned run average of 2.0. Making his third appearance, his third start, Evan has worked 9 innings, 8 hits, 3 runs, 2 earned. In 9 innings, he has struck out 17, which is the third most on the staff. He's walked 6. Blanco has allowed 3 doubles. Opponents hit .235 against Evan Blanco. So we are just about ready for today's first pitch. It's the 19th meeting between Tennessee and Virginia Tech. It matches the number of times that Tennessee has played Arizona State, who the Volunteers beat yesterday. Tennessee wearing the orange jerseys today. The road grays for Virginia Tech, and the first pitch in today's game is a check swing, an appeal to third, and it is ball 1. Pretty good pitch. So Grube leads it off, looking for his first hit here in Texas. Lines that pitch foul down the first base line, and it's a 1-ball, 1-strike count. A sophomore from Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania. Left-handed batter against the Tennessee lefty. Pitch misses high. 2-1. Virginia Tech has a slim lead in the all-time series, 10 wins to 8. Vols have won 3 of the last 5 and won the last get-together in 2013, 5-4 in Greenville, Tennessee. Pitch misses, and it's now 3 balls and a strike to Sam Grube. Spell the last name Grube. Pitch in, hits him, and the lead man is on for Virginia Tech. Hokies in their 2 games here in Arlington, they've had tough sledding against the Southeastern Conference. They were run-ruled by Texas A&M on Friday, 10-0 in 7 innings. And yesterday, they scored 3 runs in the 8th, 3 runs in the 9th, wound up losing 15-8 to Mississippi State. So Grube is the runner at first. He is 1 for 1 stealing bases. And now here is Nick Licurdo. Ford plays in at third. A very deliberate step and a throw over by the Tennessee starter, Evan Blanco. Licurdo, spelled exactly how you think it would be, Locurto. First pitch is a strike on the outside corner to the right-handed batter. Where's the number 8? A 6-foot junior, 200 pounds, from Garnerville, New York. The runner at first, Grube, is a sophomore, 6'3", 205 pounds. I mentioned from Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania. Played first at Mount St. Mary's before making his way to the ACC. Tennessee 1-1, lost to UCLA 12-5 on Friday, and then yesterday put together one of their best performances this year, beating Arizona State 5-3. Strike on the outside corner. The count now 0-2 to Licurdo. Licurdo hitting .357 for the season. He's got a double and a run batted in. Grube, the man at first, the leadoff hitter, as that ball is hit high in the air towards right field, making his way over by the line, still in fair territory. Reese Chapman will make the catch, and that's out number 1. Grube, the leadoff hitter, a .378 hitter, 5 doubles, 2 home runs, 8 runs batted in. So 1 on, 1 out for the freshman second baseman, Ethan Ball. He's doing quite well at the start of his college career. He has hits in all 10 games. His .410 average leads the team. Left-handed batter against the Tennessee lefty. He's got 3 homers, 9 runs batted in to lead the team, and he's also got a pair of doubles. We've got timeout. There was a throw to first, but the home plate umpire granted time to the batter as he had a speck of something in his eye. 1 out, runner at first, top of the first. Showing bunt, Ball. That pitch fouled to the screen. 88 on the fastball by Blanco. And it's strike 1 to Ball. 6', 195 pounds, from McLean, Virginia. Balls go double play depth up the middle. And again, we see the very deliberate step and move to first by Blanco. So Tennessee wearing the orange jerseys, Virginia Tech wearing the road grays, Volunteers also going with the white pinstripe pants. Pitch misses just outside, and the count even at 1. Curveball from the senior to the freshman. Center fielder Trayson Hughes moves into the on-deck circle. For the Vols defensively, Blaine Brown again in left. Jay Abernathy in center. Reese Chapman in right. Swing and a miss as the runner takes off for second. The throw down is going to be in time. Tennessee erased a base runner yesterday. The Volunteers do it again today. Stone Lawless behind the plate yesterday. Levi Clark with the cannon today. And Grube is erased. 2-6 on the caught stealing. Strike 2 to the batter, 1-2 the count, 2 out, base is empty. Long look by Blanco. And now time asked for. Clark, the catcher, steps out from behind the plate. The infield for Tennessee, and this is where you see just a bit of an adjustment. It's Henry Ford at third, and then Manny Marin, Ariel Antigua, and Chris Newstrom from short to first. And the battery for the Big Orange, Levi Clark behind the plate, Evan Blanco on the hill for the University of Tennessee. So the leadoff walk erased with the caught stealing. The chance for Tennessee to face the minimum to open the ball game. And the pitch misses low. It's a 2-ball, 2-strike count. That is the fourth base runner that Tennessee has caught stealing this season. It's the second by a catcher. Pitch misses low and outside. That runs the count full. Ball 3 for 6 on this trip to Texas. A home run, a double, a run batted in, and a run scored. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. The tag applied, and that's the inning. So a leadoff walk, followed by a fly ball to right, and then a strikeout. No runs, no hits, nobody left. It's Virginia Tech nothing. Tennessee coming to bat as you listen to Tennessee baseball. The lineup for Tennessee, leading off for the Volunteers, center fielder number 8, Jay Abernathy. Then third baseman number 9, Henry Ford. Batting third in left field, number 1, Blaine Brown. Batting fourth and catching, number 16, Levi Clark. Batting fifth, the right fielder, number 13, Reese Chapman, Jay Abernathy. Left-handed hitter against the right-hander, Ethan Grimm, a freshman. And the first pitch misses outside, ball 1. Batting sixth, the designated hitter, number 20, Tyler Myatt. Batting seventh, playing first base today, number 26, Chris Newstrom. Batting eighth, the shortstop, number 4, Manny Marin. And batting ninth, the second baseman, number 2, Ariel Antigua. Ethan Grimm. Pitch misses outside again. Where's the number 21? 6 feet tall, 200 pounds. Strike on the outside corner. Count now 2-1. He is from Monton, Pennsylvania. Falls behind the hit. Actually, no, that was a swing and a miss for strike 2. No wins or losses, a 3.52 earned run average. His third start, his third appearance. 7 2/3 innings, 8 hits, 3 runs, all earned. Pitch, fouled out of play. Count remains 2-2. 7 2/3 innings, he has struck out 12. He's walked 5. He's allowed 3 doubles. Opponents hit .267 against Ethan Grimm. Swing and a miss for strike 3, and that's out number 1. Abernathy came into the game 0 for 7 in the 2 games for Tennessee and Texas, but he's walked 3 times and scored twice. Sophomore from Ackworth, Georgia. 5'10", 177 pounds. Here's Henry Ford, who takes a strike on the outside corner. Right-handed batter against the right-hander for Virginia Tech. Ford is 3 for 9. He's driven in 2. He's got a run scored, a walk drawn. That pitch lifted in the air towards center field, ranging back and to his left, and making the catch towards right center is Hughes, and that'll be out number 2. So the fly ball caught by the center fielder. Henry wears the number 9. 6'5" junior, 220 pounds, from Charlottesville, Virginia, playing his first year at Tennessee. 2 quick outs for the Volunteers, and that'll bring up Blaine Brown. He also has 3 hits in these 2 games in Texas, his home state. 3 for 8, a double, a run batted in, run scored, walk drawn. He's also been hit by a pitch. Where's the number 1 from Houston? Sophomore, 6'5", 200 pounds, and it's strike 1 to the Tennessee left fielder. Led off the 9th yesterday with a big double. Turned into a insurance run for the Vols, beating Arizona State 5-3. 86 miles an hour on the cutter. The right-hander working outer part of the plate against the left-handed batter. No score, 2 out, bases empty, bottom of the first. Foul ball to the screen. Strike 2 to the batter, 1-2 the count. So Grimm, a chance to go 1-2-3 against Tennessee. Shift around towards the right on the infield for the Hokies. Called strike on the inside corner. Strikeout to start the bottom of the first, a strikeout to finish. Ethan Grimm, the freshman, impressive in his first 3 against Tennessee. No runs, no hits, nobody left. After 1, no score. This is Tennessee baseball. No score as we go to the top of the second. Tennessee and Virginia Tech. Evan Blanco starts off. Center fielder Trayson Hughes with a called strike on the outside corner. Left-handed batter. Hughes is 2 for 6 with a walk on this trip to Texas. Henry Ford plays in at third. Rest of the infield back. Swing and a foul ball right at home plate, and the count quickly 0-2. Hitters 4, 5, and 6. Trayson Hughes to be followed by Hudson Luderman. And the third baseman, Owen Petrich. Hughes hitting .258 with 3 doubles, 4 runs batted in. Pitch misses high and outside, and it's a 1-ball, 2-strike count. Hughes wears the number 13, a senior from Warner Robins, Georgia. Swing and a foul tip into Levi Clark's mitt. That's a strikeout, and that's out number 1. Second strikeout of the afternoon, or I should say it's still morning. Still before lunchtime in Knoxville. You might still be able to find breakfast being served here in Arlington. So here is Hudson Luderman, sophomore from Knoxville. Right-handed batter. Pitch driven foul. Strike 2. To Virginia Tech's number 18, sophomore, member of the Fighting Irish for Knoxville Catholic, 5'10", 180 pounds. Pitch driven in the air towards left field. Ranging to his left is Blaine Brown. Sophomore will settle under it, make the catch, and that's 2 quick outs. Luderman 2 for 5 with a home run, a triple. Run batted in, 2 runs scored, also been hit by a pitch. It's been a good trip for the sophomore for Virginia Tech. There are 2 down bases empty for the third baseman, Owen Petrich. Petrich. 6'2", 220 pounds from Doylestown, Pennsylvania. Was at St. Joe's before making his way to Virginia Tech. And it's strike 1 to the right-handed batter. Evan Blanco trying to go 1-2-3 against Virginia Tech in this top of the second. No score between the Vols and the Hokies. Next pitch missed the zone. Petrich awaits. Swing and a foul tip at home plate. Strike 2 to the batter. .289 the season average. He's got a home run, 6 runs batted in. Also has 2 doubles and a triple. Blanco ready. The lefty fires. Gets a swing and a miss. Strikeout to start, strikeout to finish the top of the second. It's 5 straight set down by Evan Blanco. 1-2-3 goes Virginia Tech. We move to the bottom half of the inning. No score as you listen to Tennessee baseball. Tennessee retired 1-2-3 in the first. Levi Clark, the cleanup hitter and catcher today for the Volunteers, will get it started. He'll be followed by right fielder Reese Chapman and the designated hitter Tyler Myatt. Ethan Grimm, 2 strikeouts and a fly ball to center. Swing, pitch inside on the hands of Clark, fouled back, and it's quickly 0-2. Levi, 1 for 8 in this Texas swing. He's been hit by a pitch, has a double and a run batted in, a home run, 5 runs batted in, 3 doubles this season as he works behind the plate today. Pitch misses outside. Good eye by Clark. 1-2. Threw out a runner trying to steal, top of the first. Outfield back. Pitch on its way. Pitch driven in the air towards center field. Ranging back is Hughes, still on his horse, onto the warning track and 1 step shy of the fence at 4:07, and he makes the catch. Hit it 405 feet. I think that would be out of every SEC ballpark and Hoover. But it is out number 1 to start the second. So Reese Chapman will try and be the first Tennessee base runner. Reese looking for his second hit here at Globe Life Field. First pitch to the left-handed batter is a belt-high strike, and it's 0-1. Had a single yesterday in the second inning against Arizona State, keyed the Vols' 4-run inning. Tennessee went on to win 5-3. Swinging a foul ball straight back, and it's quickly 0-2 to the senior from Parker, Colorado. Chapman, 6'1", 224 pounds, wears the number 13, hitting .269 for the season. 4 doubles, 2 runs batted in, and they pull the third baseman over to the right side of the infield. With the shortstop, they appeal to third, check swing, strike 3. Chapman not agreeing with the call, but he becomes strikeout victim number 3 for Ethan Grimm. 93 on the freshman fastball. Boy, I'd like to see that third base view. The view from straightaway center did not look like he went. Would have been a 1-2 count. First pitch a called strike to Tyler Myatt. Tyler has hits in each of Tennessee's first 2 games this weekend. 2 for 8 with a double. He's driven in 2, swing, and a miss. And it's strike 2 to the redshirt sophomore. 2 for 8, double, 2 runs batted in, runs scored, and a walk. Hitting .320 for the season. 2 home runs, 8 runs batted in, and 4 two-base hits. Pitch misses in. 93 on the fastball. And once more, you have the shortstop as the lone man on the left side of the infield. It's the third baseman that they pull to the other side for the 3-man shift on the right. Pitch misses upstairs. Tyler wears the number 20, the DH for the second straight game. 6 feet tall, 210 pounds, from Tazewell. His first year in the orange and white after starring at Walters State. Pitch by Grimm. Check swing. Foul tip. Actually, they appeal to third, and again, it's a punch out. Well, swing and a miss, I should say. They said he went. Back-to-back strikeouts. That's 4 through the first 6 batters. Tennessee again set down in order after 2. No score. This is Tennessee baseball. So far, both starting pitchers have faced the minimum. It's hitters 7, 8, 9 to up 4 Virginia Tech in this 19th meeting between the Hokies and Tennessee. Globe Life Field, home of the Texas Rangers, and sophomore catcher Anderson French from Lewisberry, Pennsylvania. Left-handed batter fouls that pitch away towards left for strike one. Next offering, strike as it catches the front outside corner of the plate. And it's quickly 0-2. 1 for 3 with a home run in this trip to Texas. French hitting .278 with 2 homers, 5 runs batted in this year. Pitch by Blanco. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. And that is 4 strikeouts for the Tennessee senior. He has struck out 4 of the last 5, and that's out number 1 here in the third. Shortstop Pete Daniel, right-handed batter, 0 for 6 in these 2 games, which have been a loss to Texas A&M and a setback against Mississippi State. It was a 10-0 shutout loss to the Aggies to open the weekend. And then yesterday, both teams broke out the bats over the last 3 innings. State won 15-8. Pitch, line foul, out of play in the first 6 innings of the game. It was 5-2, Mississippi State. Bulldogs 2-0, UCLA 2-0. They square off this afternoon to see who gets to say they were champs here in Arlington. Pitch misses low. 2 balls and a strike to Nashville native Pete Daniel, a junior right-handed batter, infield back, outfield straight away. Pitch outside again, and it's now 3-1. Daniel hitting .240 for the season. Where's the number 2? Was first at Belmont before joining Virginia Tech. Here's the 3-1 by Blanco. Swing and a miss. Strike 2 to run the count full. Daniel, 6'3", 195 pounds, played high school at Ensworth. The payoff pitch misses low, and it is going to be a second base runner for Virginia Tech. Hokies' leadoff hitter was hit by a pitch on a 3-2, and then he was caught stealing. So this is the second base runner. Neither team has managed to hit to this point. And now it's 1 on, 1 out for the 9-hitter, Sam Gates. Left-handed batter. Very deliberate step and a toss to first by the lefty. Gates, a solo home run in the 2 games thus far. Hitting .241 for the season, 3 runs batted in. Also has 2 doubles and a triple in terms of his season totals. Shows bunt, takes a strike on the inside corner, and it's 0-1. Gates is a graduate, the outfielder from Island Heights, New Jersey. Was at George Washington before making his way to the ACC. Just a shot from the hip. No step by Blanco as he chased the runner back with a throw. Virginia Tech, 11 for 14 stealing bases. Tennessee has thrown out 4 of 17 trying to steal, including 1 today. And there is another step over. So Daniel, the runner at first, is 1 for 1. Gates waiting on the 0-1. Check swing. They appeal to third. That time the umpire says no swing. I guess you have to be wearing orange in order to get punched out by the third base umpire. Another quick toss to first. And again, the runner back safely. Virginia Tech won 7 of its first 8 So arrived in Arlington 7-1. Pitch in, backs up the batter, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike to the Hokies 9-hitter. Top of the order, Sam Grube in the on-deck circle. No score, top of the 3rd inning. Pitch flared in the air right to the shortstop, Manny Marin. He'll catch, fire back to first. It won't be in time, but the soft liner is out number 2. Tennessee playing with that defensive alignment. Marin was just to the right field side of second. That ball right to him. So Sam Grube started the game being hit by a pitch and then was caught stealing by Levi Clark. Hitting .378 for the year. And that is the 2nd highest number in this Virginia Tech lineup. Another throw to first. Grube with 2 homers, 8 runs batted in, also 5 doubles. Leads the team in extra base hits. That time it was a little more deception as Blanco into his windup, then the quick step and throw to first. Runner at first, 2 out, top of the 3rd. Marin playing almost straight up the middle against the left-handed batter, but he remains on his normal side of second. Ariel Antigua in shallow right. Swing and a foul tip into the catcher's mitt. That'll be strike 1. 0-1 to the Virginia Tech first baseman. The lefty again ready. Called strike. Actually, no, a balk has been called. First base umpire calls a balk on Blanco, and that will put a man in scoring position. Guess they're saying he did not come to a complete halt before delivering home. Swing and a slow roller down the first base line. Blanco will grab with the left hand, the toss to first. Newstrom makes the catch to end the inning. So a second base runner for Virginia Tech. And for the Hokies, no runs, no hits. 1 man left. We move to the bottom of the 3rd. Scoreless. This is Tennessee baseball. Freshman Ethan Grimm off to a good start against Tennessee. He has set down the 6th that he's faced. He has struck out 4. Works his fastball low to mid-90s. works in a cutter, low to mid 80s. Also has a changeup and a sweeper. First pitch is a called strike to Chris Newstrom. The Tennessee first baseman leads it off. He'll be followed by shortstop Manny Marin and the second baseman Ariel Antigua. Right-handed batter against the right-hander on the hill. That pitch inside, and it's a 1-ball, 1-strike count. Ethan Grimm, 4 innings, 3 hits, a run against William and Mary. Walked 3, struck out 6, and then went 3 2/3 against Rutgers in his second start. That pitch misses inside to Newstrom. 5 hits, 2 runs. He walked 2, struck out 6. Chris Newstrom leads Tennessee with 4 hits on this trip to Texas. He's got 1 of each, single, double, triple, and a home run. Ball popped up, foul ground, gets into the stands, and that'll be strike 2 to the sophomore. Wearing the number 26, hitting .269 for the season, a home run, the 4 runs batted in, also a double in the triple, from Scottsdale, Arizona. 6'2", 210 pounds. Pitch driven in the air towards center field. Good jump by Hughes. He makes a diving effort and comes up with it in right center. Takes a hit and likely extra bases away from Newstrom. What a play by Hughes, and that's out number 1 to start the bottom of the third. Ball was working away from him, but he was able to track it down. And Tennessee currently 0 for 7 against the freshman on the mound for Virginia Tech. So here's Manny Marin looking for his second hit in the Lone Star, and he looks at strike 1 on the inside corner. 0-1 to the sophomore from Hialeah, Florida. Manny 1 for 7, also has a sacrifice in his 2 games here at Globe Life Field. Takes a pitch up and in. 1-1 the count. Hitting .217 for the season. Manny with a home run, 3 runs batted in, and a double. Hokies play in at the corners, deep up the middle. Pitch works inside again, 2-1 in favor of the second-year Volunteer. Wears the number 4, 6'1", 181 pounds. No runs, no hits for both teams. We play in the bottom of the third. Pitch flared in the air, pop-up, the third baseman has it, and in fair territory, he'll make the catch, and that's out number 2. Thought there might be a little bit more in terms of distance towards the outfield, but the pop-up to the third baseman is out number 2, and now Ariel Antigua. We'll see if he can't be the first base runner for those in orange today. Ariel got into the game bottom of the 9th yesterday at second base. This is his first at bat here in Arlington, and he takes ball 1 outside and low. Where's the number 2, 5'8", 180 pounds, Lake Worth, Florida, the hometown. This is his 3rd year, his junior year at Tennessee. Pitch misses in, 2-0 to Antigua. Third baseman Petrich plays even with the bag. The shortstop is more than halfway from second towards third as an additional line of defense on that left side. Big cut at 2-0. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Ariel back in from the right side. Antigua making his 8th start as he takes a strike inside corner. The count that was 2-0 is now even at 2 balls, 2 strikes. The batter ready to go. Here's the pitch by the right-hander. Grounded. Diving stop by the first baseman. The toss to the pitcher covering, and Antigua will beat the throw. Great glove work by Grube. And it was an immediate break off the mound for Grimm. But there was just that brief moment where he looked the ball into his glove and then looked to locate the bag, and Antigua able to hit the green bag before the pitcher landed on the white one. And that's an infield hit for Ariel Antigua, and Tennessee has its first base runner, and Jay Abernathy hopes to keep it going here. Left-handed batter struck out his first time. Pitch in. Jay said it hit him. Home plate umpire does not agree. He had dropped his bat and started to walk to first. So according to the umpire, it's ball one. Abernathy says it clipped him. And now head coach Josh Elander has asked for a review or at least a conversation. If it did, it grazed his knee. The pitch was down and in. There wasn't an obvious deflection in terms of the change of course for the baseball. So this might stand as simply ball one. But it was a quick step. It was almost a jab as Jay showed bunt. Jay looking for that first hit in this weekend set. He has been on base 3 times, and 2 of the 3 times he reached, he scored. So now Abernathy speaking to the home plate umpire. And that might be, hey, sorry I started to first. Greg Harmon calling balls and strikes today. Chris Koski is the first base umpire. It's the umpires at second and third, Matthew Anderson and Mark Hutchison, that are handling the review. They go off behind the third base dugout to get a look at things. Tennessee with a 1-out base runner. Tennessee with the first hit for either side. Virginia Tech has had 2 base runners. A hit batsman in the first inning and a walk top of this inning, the third. And here come the umpires. So it is not a hit batsman. The ruling on the field stands, and it is ball one to Abernathy. So the first 8 Volunteers were set down, including Hughes in center, robbing Newstrom of a drive to right center to start this inning. So Abernathy, there's a quick toss to first by Grimm, and Antigua back to the bag. Ariel has not attempted a stolen base. Volunteers are 6 for 7, 3 for Jay Abernathy, 2 for Henry Ford, and 1 for Stone Lawless. And as Ariel was staking himself to a lead, that's when Grimm made the quick move and the throw to first. Virginia Tech has thrown out 4 of 19 trying to steal. A bluff towards second. The pitch misses outside, and it's 2-0 to Jay Abernathy. Jay hitting .324 coming into today's game. That average now at .314. Has a home run, 6 runs batted in, 3 doubles, and a triple this year. Another snap throw to first. Antigua hustling back. They play the shortstop, normal side of the bag, but almost straight up the middle. And against the left-handed hitter, the second baseman has dropped into shallow right field. Pitch outside. Ball 3. Tennessee trying to get 2 runners on for Henry Ford. Vols working with 2 out in this bottom of the third, scoreless against Virginia Tech. 3-0 taking all the way is Abernathy. Belt high strike, and it's 3-1. Grimm eyes the runner at first over his shoulder. Pitch high, ball 4, and Tennessee has 2 on. First walk allowed by the freshman on the mound in today's game. Coming in, he had walked 5 over his first 7 innings on the mound. So again, to highlight, worked 4 innings against William and Mary, worked 3 2/3 against Rutgers, and Virginia Tech will send a pitcher and personnel to the bullpen in left center. It is quite the trek to get from your dugout to the bullpen as you enter in left center. Henry Ford, a fly ball to center his first time. Base hit could give Tennessee the lead. Right-handed batter against the right-hander. First time the Vols have got anything going against Grimm, and it's an uprising with 2 out. Check swing, they appeal to first, strike 1. Ford 3 for 10 in the 2+ games thus far. He's driven in 2, runs scored, walk drawn. 3 home runs, 8 runs batted in for Tennessee, the 8 RBI, second on the team. Pitch misses in. It's actually tied for second. Both he and Tyler Myatt have 8 to Blaine Brown's 11. Pitch misses in. 1-1 the count. Long look at second before the pitch home. Pitch tails low and outside as the slider misses. 2-1 now in favor of the Vols' third baseman. Next offering. Pitch in, gets a swing and a miss, actually a foul tip. 91 on the fastball, and that evens the count at 2. Abernathy the lead from first. Antigua makes his way off of second. The pitch, grounded up the middle for a base hit. They're going to send Antigua around third. He'll score. Abernathy races to third. Henry Ford delivers for the Big Orange. It's the second hit of the inning. A third straight volunteer to reach. Run batted in number 9 on the season. His third run batted in Texas. And Tennessee marks first with a run. A 2-out uprising here in the bottom of the third. Henry Ford drives home Ariel Antigua. And it's runners on the corners, 2 out, and an opportunity for Blaine Brown. The infield hit started it all, and now Brown gets another turn, called out on strikes his first time. First pitch, right down Broadway, taken for strike 1. Antigua scoring his second run of the season. Swing and a miss. Changeup. You saw the sophomore left fielder out in front, and quickly it's 0-2. So Abernathy at third, Ford at first. Brown digs in. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Ford had broken for the bag at second. A 3-pitch strikeout ends the inning. But Tennessee with 2 out. Infield hit, walk, RBI single. For the Vols, a run, 2 hits, 2 men left. We move to the 4th. Tennessee on top 1-0 as you listen to Tennessee baseball. Evan Blanco carries the lead onto the mound for the top of the 4th. It'll be hitters 2, 3, and 4. Due up for head coach John Sheff. Sheff spelled S-Z-E-F-C. It's his 21st season as a head coach. Career mark of 622, 436, and 4. This is his 9th year in Blacksburg. 230 and 177 in leading the Hokies. As I mentioned, this is the 19th meeting between Tennessee and Virginia Tech. Hokies lead the all-time series, which dates back to 1911, 10 wins to 8. First pitch, strike 1 to Licurdo, the junior from Garnerville, New York. Fly ball to right his first time. He's 3 for 9 here in Texas with a run scored and a stolen base. Swing and a miss. Pitch, outer part of the plate. 89 on the fastball by Blanco. And it's 0-2. Pitch off the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Licurdo. Right-handed batter awaits. That ball driven in the air towards left field. Going back is Brown. He looks up, and this game is tied as he gets it over the yellow line. Just enough to tie it at 1. A line drive home run. It's his first home run of the season, and the first hit for Virginia Tech ties the game. The Hokies arrived in Arlington with 8 home runs as a team. They hit 5 yesterday in the loss to Mississippi State. That's home run number 6 on this trip to Texas. A run, 2 hits for Tennessee. Now a run, a hit for Virginia Tech. And here it's Ethan Ball. He's got a home run in the 2 games here at the home of the Texas Rangers. Struck out his first time, lefty versus lefty, and that pitch glanced off of his wrist, and so that'll be a hit batsman. It is the second for Blanco, and now the go-ahead run is on with nobody out. Ball now at first. The home run the second time the lead man has reached And, of course, he wasn't on long. First pitch, strike one to Hughes. Another left-handed batter. He struck out to start the second. No home runs, 4 runs batted in. Blanco eyes the runner at first. Here's his pitch to the plate. Misses outside and low. And it's 1-1. Ford plays in at third. Tennessee goes double play depth up the middle. Pitch again, low and outside. Second trip through the lineup for Blanco. That home run, the first allowed by the senior. It's the 7th allowed by this Tennessee staff. UCLA hit 5 on Friday. And so Tennessee had allowed a round tripper prior to coming to Texas. 5 for UCLA, 1 for Virginia Tech. Pitch popped up. Ford takes one step into foul ground, will make the catch, and that'll be out number 1. So Hughes retired for the second time today. 1 out, 1 on for the Knoxville native, Hudson Luderman. The DH, a fly ball to left his first time. He's got 2 hits in Texas, both extra bases, a home run and a triple. Right-handed batter. Balls again, hope for 2, showing bunt. Luderman bunts foul, and it's strike 1. Hokies lost 10-0 to Texas A&M to open the weekend. Lost yesterday 15-8. Pitch drilled deep and foul towards left. Strike 2 to Luderman. This is the 12th time out of 19 meetings that have taken place at a neutral site for Tennessee and Virginia Tech. Only 7 games have taken place on campus. Pitch outside, puts the count at 1-2. Not that far from Blacksburg to Knoxville. Again, a throw from the hip as Blanco. The toss to first to make the runner tag. And so ball still there. Decent lead. And draws another throw. That time Blanco acted as if he was going into his windup just to see if there was a tell before he lobbed it over there. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out, a run in, a man on. Ground ball towards short. Marin will go to second for 1, on to first. There's the stretch. It gets by the first baseman, Newstrom, and so the runner will be safe. Not sure if the runner would have been out to begin with. But Tennessee gets the lead runner. It'll be 6-4 on the fielder's choice as we get another look at it. I think the runner was safe. So ball is erased, and Luderman takes over. There are 2 down. The solo home run to start the inning, the hit batsman that followed. Blanco has gone a foul out to third, and a fielder's choice to short. Here is Owen Petrich. Strike on the outside corner, 0-1 as he spots the fastball. A run, 2 hits for Tennessee. A run, the home run, the line drive, the first hit for Virginia Tech. Pitch off the plate, left-handed pitcher on the mound for Tennessee, right-handed batter in the box for the Hokies. Petrich struck out to end the second. Luderman has yet to attempt a stolen base. Swing and a miss. Strike 2 to Petrich, the Virginia Tech third baseman. Top of the fourth. Pitch popped up, fouled into the stands. Count remains the same. Blanco eyes the runner at first, delivers home, ball outside, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Tennessee lost to UCLA on Friday, bounced back with a win over Arizona State yesterday. Pitch hit high in the air. Ranging in from right is Reese Chapman. He'll make the catch, and that will end the inning. But the Hokies get their first hit. Line drive, solo home run for Licurdo. And in the top of the fourth, a run, a hit, 1 man left. We move to the bottom half of the inning, tied at 1. This is Tennessee baseball. We go to the bottom of the fourth. Tennessee and Virginia Tech tied at 1. A run, 2 hits for Tennessee. A run, a hit for the Hokies. And for the Vols, it'll be hitters 4, 5, and 6. Catcher Levi Clark, right fielder Reese Chapman, and the designated hitter Tyler Myatt. Ethan Grimm set down the first 8 that he faced, but an infield hit by Ariel Antigua saw Tennessee quickly manufacture a run. First pitch is a slow roller to third. Nice pick by Petrich. His throw to first in time. And that's 1 pitch, 1 out. Clark had flied out to deep center his first time. And this time thrown out by the third baseman, 5-3. And it's 1 up, 1 down. Tennessee has yet to get the lead man on against Grimm. And here's Reese Chapman. Chapman struck out his first time against the freshman. The Hokies will pull the shortstop over to the first base side a second. First pitch, strike on the outside corner. As it's a changeup to open from Grimm to Reese. Pitch misses off the plate. 1-1. A single yesterday for Chapman. It started a 4-run second inning. Pitch driven in the air towards right center field. Ranging over. Can he make the catch? A running grab at the track for Gates. Took the perfect path right in front of the Tennessee bullpen. Chapman crushed that ball, and he is simply out number 2. Two down for Tyler Myatt. He struck out his first time. The left-handed batter puts a charge in that one. Center fielder ranging in. He'll run under it. I think that's a 4-pitch or 5-pitch inning for Virginia Tech. Third time today, Tennessee's been set down in order. We move to the 5th, tied at 1. This is Tennessee baseball. A run in the 3rd for Tennessee, matched by a run in the 4th for Virginia Tech. And the Hokies, as we start the 5th, play for the lead. The catcher, Anderson French, shortstop, Pete Daniel, and the right fielder, Sam Gates, to face Evan Blanco. One hit allowed by Evan. It was a home run, a line drive over the left field fence. First pitch misses to the left-handed hitting catcher. Struck out as the lead man in the 3rd. He's 1 for 4 here in Texas. His one hit a home run. Takes a strike on the inside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike to the sophomore. Hitting .263 for the season. Ford plays a step behind the bag off the line at 3rd. That swing and a foul ball to the screen puts the count at 1-2. Pitch by Blanco. Just misses outside. Trying to catch the lower part of the zone. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Tennessee with 2 hits to 1 for Virginia Tech. Tennessee with a walk. Check swing. They appeal to 3rd. Ball 3. Count full. Hokies have a walk and 2 hit batsmen as part of their base runner output today. Here's the 3-2. Swing and a foul ball right at home plate. We'll go through the setup again. Tennessee facing schools from the Big Ten, the Big 12, and the ACC. Called strike on the outside corner. French had jettisoned the bat and was about to lose one of his batting gloves, but he can pick up his bat on the way back to the dugout. That is the first punch out for Blanco, and that's strikeout number 5 for Tennessee's number 11. Got to see the track. It caught the bottom part of the zone. The right call by the home plate umpire. A one-hopper back to the mound. Flag down by Blanco. He'll run halfway to first before the underhand toss to Newstrom, and Pete Daniel is retired. He had walked back in the third and now retired on the quick comebacker to the mound, 1-3. So 2 out. The base is empty for Sam Gates. Lined out to the shortstop in the third. They'll pull Marin from the third base side over to the first base side, a second, for the left-handed batter. First pitch, a strike on the outside corner, and it's 0-1. Gates hitting .233 for the season. A home run, 3 runs batted in. Checks his swing, looks at strike 2, count quickly 0-2. Had that fine running catch bottom of last inning to take a hit away from Reese Chapman. 0-2 the count, 2 out, bases empty, top of the 5th, game tied at 1. Pitch misses low as they worked outer part of the plate. 1-2. Henry Ford, the third baseman, playing where the shortstop normally does. And then you have the other 3 infielders between first and second. Pitch again. Not necessarily nibbling, but they were hoping he might take a bite. And it's ball 2, strike 2. Pitch hit in the air towards left field. Going back is Brown. Still running. He'll reach up. 1 step shy of the warning track. And with a long reach, Tennessee's number 1, Brown, brings it in to end the inning. It's the second time today that the Hokies have been set down 1-2-3. And in the top of the 5th, no runs, no hits, nobody left. The Vols will play for the lead in the bottom half of the inning as you listen to Tennessee baseball. Tennessee and Virginia Tech each closing the trip to Arlington, Texas with this matchup. It is the 19th out of the previous 18. 6 were under the label of the Hokie Smoky Classic. That started in 1995 in Kingsport. They played 5 times in Kingsport. Tennessee won 4 of those matchups, starting with Todd Helton's junior year, the first year they did it. They then brought it back in 2013. They played in Greenville. Tennessee won that game 5-4. There was a 7th scheduled as the first pitch misses inside ball 1 to Chris Newstrom. Right-handed batter was robbed on a diving catch by Hughes in right center. His first time up in the 3rd. It's the bottom 3 in the order. Newstrom takes a strike on the outside corner. 1-1. to the young man starting at first today. So 5 meetings in Kingsport, another in Greenville. They were supposed to play in Salem, Virginia, April 15th, 2014. Pitch up and in. That one almost caught a piece of the Vols' first baseman, and he now works ahead in the count 2-1. This is the first time that Grimm for Virginia Tech has worked into the 5th inning this season. Check swing by Newstrom, lets that pitch miss low and outside, and he works ahead in the count 3-1. Salem, Virginia, 2014, tax day, and yet there was snow and ice in the Commonwealth. And so the game was canceled. Swing and a foul tip into the catcher's mitt. Back and forth they go. Chris Newstrom battling Ethan Grimm, the Vols sophomore, trying to reach base to start this bottom of the 5th. Game tied at 1. There's a ground ball towards third. Coming in Petrich. Fields it cleanly, fires a strike to first on the run. And that'll be out number 1. 5-3 on the putout. So after the RBI single by Henry Ford, and that was with it 2 out, an infield hit by Ariel Antigua, a walk to Jay Abernathy, and then the RBI single up the middle for the Tennessee third baseman. Those are the only base runners for Tennessee. It was 8 straight before, 5 straight since. And the first pitch to Manny Marin, the shortstop. Actually, I think it was asking for a new baseball. Pitch hit in the air towards center. A step back now, working his way in towards the infield for Hughes in center. And that's out number 2. Six fly ball outs for Tennessee, 5 strikeouts. Ariel Antigua got it going for the Volunteers with an infield hit in the 3rd, scored the run for Tennessee. We're tied at 1. A run, 2 hits for the Vols, a run, a hit for the Hokies. And it's a strike on the outside corner. 0-1 to Ariel. Third baseman plays in. Pitch popped up. That'll reach the seats as it goes up and over the backstop. Quickly strike 2 to the Vols' second baseman. So Ariel refastens the batting gloves and now back in from the right side against the right-hander Grimm. Pitch popped up behind first base. Ranging back, he'll be called off by the second baseman. Grube thought he had it. Ball called him off. And the infielder will make the catch, and that ends the inning. So, 5 innings against Tennessee hitters. And Ethan Grimm has gone 1, 2, 3, 4 times against the orange and white. No runs, no hits, nobody left. We move to the 6th, tied at 1. This is Tennessee baseball. We go to the top of the sixth. Interesting, in a game tied at 1, each team has sent exactly 18 men to the plate through the first 5 innings. So it's the top of the order to start the sixth. It'll be the top of the order to start the bottom of the sixth. Evan Blanco to face Sam Groob. And the first pitch is strike 1. Lefty versus lefty. Groob hit by a pitch. 3-2 in the first. Comebacker to the mound in the third. Pitch low and outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 pitches in. That's 74 pitches for Blanco. Pitch popped foul out of play. 1 ball, 2 strikes to the batter. Grimm has thrown 66 through his first 5 innings. 1 run, 2 hits for Tennessee. A run, a hit for the Hokies. Swing and a foul tip into the catcher's mitt. That's a strikeout. For Blanco, he has fanned 6, and that's out number 1 to start the sixth. Nick Licurdo tied the game at 1 with his solo home run to start the 4th inning. A line drive that just cleared the yellow line and left. That's all you have to do. His first home run of the season. Takes a ball high, right-handed batter against the Tennessee lefty. Flied out to right his first time. 1 for 2 in this game. He is 4 for 10 here at Globe Life Field. Swings through that pitch, and it's a 1 ball, 1 strike count as Blanco hit him with the changeup. Tennessee's run in the third. RBI single by Henry Ford. Licurdo, the man at the plate, the solo shot in the 4th. Pitch outside. 2-1 now in favor of the left fielder for Virginia Tech. 1 more weekend, and then it's conference play. Pitch dips below the zone, and it's now 3-1. The lefty ready. Pitch on its way. Called strike. Upper part of the zone, outer part of the plate. Licurdo was about to toss the bat back towards the dugout. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Blanco into his windup. Pitch lined into left field for a base hit. Over to cut it off is Brown. The wide turn at first. About a third of the way towards second. Just to get a feel for how Tennessee was handling the throw back to the infield. 2 hits for Virginia Tech. Both belong to the left fielder. So here is the impressive freshman Ethan Ball. Struck out in the first, was hit by a pitch in the 4th. So he is 0 for 1 today. Has a home run and a double among his hits here at the home of the Texas Rangers. 1 out, go ahead run at first, and Levi Clark wants to go talk with his pitcher. See, the home plate umpire was out there. Looks like it was something to adjust with the communication device that Blanco wears on the right side of his hat. So Ball in from the left side. The first pitch. Misses low, ball 1. Tennessee goes double play depth up the middle. Newstrom holds the runner at first. Licurdo 1 for 1 stealing bases this season. Pitch turned on, grounded foul towards first. 1 ball, 1 strike. Game tied at 1. Line scores identical. A run, 2 hits. 1 out, 1 on. Blanco checks the runner at first. Pitch. Misses high. 2-1. Ball, the 3-hitter for head coach John Sheff. Big cut comes up empty. Strike 2 to the batter, 2-2 the count. Just a touch more velocity on that changeup. Next offering. Swing and a foul ball out of play, third base side. It remains 2-2. Tennessee has a busy week in the build-up to the final week before SEC play. Home games Tuesday and Wednesday. East Tennessee State and Oakland will be in town. Pretty good pitch, misses just low, and that runs the count to 3-2. Blanco worked a full count, got the strikeout to start the inning. Single followed, and now another 3-2. And there's just the toss to first without a step towards the base. And the runner back safely. And then Wright State will be in for next Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Tuesday night game against Tennessee Tech before traveling to Georgia. Runner takes off for second, pitch in. Hits the batter, and that'll be 2 on with 1 out. That is the 3rd hit batsman for Blanco. And Josh Elander is going to make his way to the mound. And when the head coach makes his way to the mound, that's when the Volunteers bring in a new arm. And there is the call for relief. After the home run to tie the game in the 4th and a hit batsman, Ball being the hit batter who just got hit again, there was a string of 7 straight set down by Evan Blanco, including the first out in this inning, the top of the 6th. But Nick Licurdo, a single to left. Ethan Ball plunked again. And the Hokies have 2 on with 1 out, and the balls will go to the bullpen. Tennessee started a pitcher with ACC experience, and they'll replace him with a pitcher with ACC experience. Tennessee goes from left-hander Evan Blanco to lefty Mark Hindy. He is a 6'4", 225-pound graduate. Actually holds 2 degrees. Essex Falls, New Jersey is the hometown. Pitched first at William and Mary, and then made his way to Duke. Earned his master's as a Blue Devil, and currently working on his PhD as he now wears the orange and white. Tennessee and Virginia Tech tied at 1. 2 on, 1 out in the top of the 6th inning. And so Hindy will face center fielder Trayson Hughes. Hindy making his 4th appearance. No wins or losses, an earned run average of 0. He's worked 2 1/3 innings. 2 1/3 innings. He's got 1 strikeout, 1 walk. That's the line. Strikeout to start this inning, then Licurdo able to single to left. Ethan Ball gets on base for the second time. And then Josh Elander makes the change. So it is 5 1/3 for Blanco. Runners first and second, his responsibility as Hindi ready to pitch to Hughes. And he starts him off with a strike on the outside corner, a slider. Hughes struck out as the lead man in the second, fouled out to third with a man at first in the fourth. Pitch high and tight, and it's 1-1. Hughes hitting .242 for the season. 3 doubles, 4 runs batted in. A check of second. The pitch in. Also high and tight, and it's now 2-1. Hindi works the fastball, mid-80s to 90. Also works in a cutter, a curveball, and the change. A strike to begin. The last 2 have missed the zone as he worked inside to the left-handed batter. Hokies have the go-ahead run at second and another runner at first. Time asked for by Clark. I think Levi might be having trouble hearing the communication from the dugout. So they'll get the equipment changed. Looks like everybody's good to go. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Runners first and second. Virginia Tech threatening to break a 1-1 tie. Top of the 6th inning. Pitch tails just outside, and it's now 3-1. Lefty versus lefty. Check of the runner at second. Hindi winds and fires. Strike at the knees, and that runs the count full. Veterans squaring off. The graduate, Hindi. Hughes, the senior. The payoff pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Big moment for the lefty, and that is a sizable second out here in the 6th inning. 7th strikeout for a Tennessee pitcher. And there are 2 down for the Knoxville native Hudson Luderman. Reached on the fielder's choice in the 4th with a ground ball to short. Flied out to left in the 2nd. Right-handed batter against Hindi, the lefty. Ball off of first. Licurdo off of second. Tried to drop one in from above. Pitch misses. Ball 1. Everybody plays back on the infield. Pitch hit high in the air. Pop up into foul ground. It is the first baseman Newstrom who will squeeze it to end the inning. So after a strikeout, back-to-back base runners, the Hokies threatened, but in the end, no runs a hit, 2 men left. Nice job. Mark Hindi retires the 2 batters he faces, and we move to the bottom of the 6th, still tied at 1 as you listen to Tennessee baseball. Ethan Grimm has already established in his brief collegiate career, the freshman, this is the deepest he's gone into any game. With the exception of a 2-out uprising in the bottom of the third, he's made quick work of Tennessee. In 4 of the 5 innings, he's gone 1-2-3. And it was with 2 out, Ariel Antigua, an infield hit, a walk to Jay Abernathy, and the RBI single for Henry Ford. Those are the only Tennessee players to reach at any point. And Jay Abernathy hopes to start a rally here in the bottom of the 6th. First pitch misses outside, ball 1. Each team with a run, 2 hits. Tennessee scored in the 3rd. Virginia Tech, a line drive solo home run in the 4th. Outside and low again. It's 2-0. Abernathy's been on base 4 times in the 3 games this weekend. All have been courtesy of walks. Pitch popped up and over the backstop. Strike 1 to the batter, 2-1 to the sophomore center fielder. Struck out in the 1st, walked, was stranded at 3rd in the 3rd. He'll be followed by Henry Ford and Blaine Brown. Pitch by the right-hander. Strike as it catches that front outside corner. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Abernathy with a home run. 3 doubles and a triple. To his credit this season, he's driven in 6. He has scored 9. Pitch high. Actually grazes the catcher's mitt. Winds up at the backstop. That runs the count full, 3-2. Abernathy awaits. The right-hander into his windup. Check swing. Ball 4. It's the first time today the lead man is on. Second walk by Grimm. Both have been Abernathy. And we will see a trip to the mound. Will this be a new arm? Or is it just the approach with Ford? That was his 72nd pitch. And that matches the previous high. Or does it? No, he had 73 in his first start against William and Mary. But this is the first time Tennessee has a man on. Abernathy is the leading stolen base man. He's 3 for 3. This is going to be the afternoon for the freshman. My conversation pregame with Josh Elander, he mentioned that he has impressive stuff, and that was spot on as he faces 19 batters. That is also, again, we're talking short sample size, the most. 17 in his debut, 18 in his second start, 19 in his third. So it will be a new pitcher as the Hokies go to the bullpen. And they will call on a lefty. We'll tell you about him in just a moment. Tied at 1. Each team with a run, 2 hits. Jay Abernathy starts the 6th by getting to first, as the Vols hope to get the lead back. It is a sophomore from Chester, Virginia, Chase Swift. Wears the number 35. He is 5'11", 195 pounds. his second year with the Hokies. Making his fourth appearance, Swift is 1-0 with a 1.35 earned run average. He's worked 6 2/3 innings. He's allowed just 2 hits, a run it was earned. In 6 2/3, he has struck out 14 and not walked a batter. He's allowed 1 home run. Opponents hit .091 against Chase Swift. Two scoreless against William and Mary. 2 scoreless. He got the win in relief against East Tennessee State. And then worked 2 2/3, where he allowed 2 hits and a run, one of them being a home run, struck out 6 against Rutgers. So here's Henry Ford, the right-handed batter for Tennessee, against the new lefty for Virginia Tech. And the first pitch misses high and outside, ball 1. Fastball mid to upper 80s. The cutter comes in 79 to 82. Features a curveball and a changeup. Abernathy held by the first baseman, Groob. Pitch grounded back to the mound, knocked down. There'll be an underhand toss to first to get Ford. But that was a nice job by Swift as it went to field. The worm burner lost his footing, but he made sure he got an out. Abernathy now in scoring position as he stands at second base. Blaine Brown has a chance to put his team on top. Brown was 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts against Grimm. Called out on strikes in the first. Swing and a miss for strike 3 in the third. Lefty versus lefty. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Came at him with a changeup. The left fielder was way out in front with the swing. A double, a run batted in, a run scored, a walk drawn, and also being hit by a pitch. That's been the line here in Texas. Pitch up in the zone. Gets a swing and a miss. The fastball let her high, and it's quickly 0-2 to Blaine Brown. They pulled a shortstop from the third base side of second to the first base side, but he is playing essentially straight up the middle. Third baseman playing close to the bag, so Abernathy doesn't get any ideas about stealing third. Pitch rocketed foul over by the Tennessee dugout. Count remains 0-2 as Brown able to make contact with that changeup, but again, still way out in front. Game tied at 1. 1 out. Go ahead run at second for Tennessee. Bottom of the 6th. Pitch grounded right to the shortstop. Kicks off the base and into right center it goes. Here comes the run to score. Brown, a headfirst slide into second. A fortunate bounce. It caught the bag. It was going right to the shortstop. But it took a hard right into right center. And that's divine providence that puts Tennessee on top. It goes down as a double. It'll be his second at Globe Life Field. His team-leading 12th run batted in. Abernathy races home from second, and Tennessee leads Virginia Tech 2-1. Pitch to Levi Clark, misses low, ball 1. 2 runs, 3 hits for Tennessee. A run, 2 hits for Virginia Tech. And Brown, a duck on the pond for Clark. Right-handed batter against the Virginia Tech lefty. Swings through that pitch. 1 ball, 1 strike. As that changeup had him out in front. Swift eyes the target. Pitch upstairs, 2-1 to the ball's catcher. The lefty, quick trip down the back of the mound. Now back on the bump. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Pitch tucked inside the bag at third. Down into the corner it goes. Brown will race around third. He'll score. Clark digging for second. He'll slide in with a double. 2 hits for Levi in Texas, each for 2 bags. That's his 4th double of the season. And the Vols have put 2 on the board here in the bottom of the 6th. Back-to-back doubles. First Blaine Brown, then Levi Clark. Run batted in number 6 for the sophomore from Marietta. And it's Tennessee 3, Virginia Tech 1, as the Volunteers hope to keep it going and look for a little more separation from Virginia Tech. Reese Chapman crushed the ball his last time up. Took Gates in right to the track. Lefty versus lefty. Pitch low, ball 1. Ball popped out of French's mitt, but kept it right there in front of him. Check of the runner at second. Pitch. Good eye by Reese. Ball 2 to the batter. First run of the inning goes on the ledger for Ethan Grimm. He winds up allowing 2 in his start against Tennessee. Second run belongs to Swift with the back-to-back doubles. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Changeup up in the zone. 2 balls and a strike. Three runs, 4 hits for Tennessee. Pitch misses in, ball 3. Reese Chapman, an advantage count. Vols have scored runs on back-to-back base hits. Swing and a miss. Strike 2 to the batter. Once again, the changeup. Problematic. That runs the count full. Clark gets his lead from second. The payoff pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Out number 2 in the inning. And here comes Tyler Myatt. So Blaine Brown earlier this inning drove in the go-ahead run. That RBI brought to you by Sonic, America's drive-in and home of the All-American Smasher Burger. Tyler Myatt looking for his first hit today. He has struck out and he's flied out to center field. Time asked for by the left-hander. And as he stepped off the rubber to grab a handful of dirt. Pitch misses upstairs, ball 1. Tyler has had hits in each of Tennessee's 2 games. Had a 2-run single that was so clutch. As Tennessee tried to rally, at the time pulling within a run of UCLA on Friday. Yesterday had a double. Pitch misses low, skips into the catcher, but French keeps it in front of him and picked it cleanly, now 2-0 to the Tennessee designated hitter. It was Myatt and Chapman that scored from second and third. Strike. Taking all the way was Myatt. That one, upper part of the zone. 2-1. Chris Newstrom with the 2-run double to open the scoring yesterday. Scoring Myatt from second, Chapman from third. 3 runs, 4 hits for Tennessee. A run, 2 hits for Virginia Tech. Bottom of the 6th. Pitch popped up, fouled out of play. That runs the count to 2-2. 2 home runs, 8 runs batted in for the former Senator, Walter State. Young man from Tazewell trying to drive in Levi Clark from second. Pitch, check swing, called third strike. And it's back-to-back strikeouts to end the inning. Tennessee a leadoff walk. And then a double as the ball catches second base and jumps into right center field, followed by a double down the left field line. It's 2 runs on 2 hits, 1 man left. We move to the 7th. Tennessee leads Virginia Tech 3-1 as you listen to Tennessee baseball. Tennessee calls on Braden Krenzel to start the top of the 7th. It's Tennessee 3, Virginia Tech 1. It'll be hitters 6, 7, and 8 due up for the Hokies. Third baseman Owen Petrich, catcher Anderson French, and the shortstop Pete Daniel. Evan Blanco got an out to start the 6th, gave up a single, and then hit the next batter, 2 on, 1 out. Josh Elander called on Mark Hindy, who got a big strikeout for out number 2, and a foul out to first to end the threat and the inning. So the strong right-hander from the state of Ohio, Braden Krenzel, 6'3", 214 pounds, Dublin, Ohio, the hometown. Right-handed batter against the new right-hander, and the first pitch is lined into right field for a base hit. Clean single to begin. And so the lead man on for Virginia Tech. That's the 3rd time that's happened. Krenzel, no wins or losses, an earned run average of 6, making his 4th appearance. 3 innings, 2 hits, 2 runs, both earned. In 3 innings, he has struck out 6. He's walked 1. Opponents hit 182 against Braden Krenzel. So here is Anderson French, left-handed batter against the Tennessee right-hander. And now Levi Clark will make a quick trip to the mound. The leadoff single is the 3rd hit for the Hokies. 3 runs, 4 hits for Tennessee. A run, 3 hits for Virginia Tech. Ariel Antigua, the second baseman. Manny Marin, the shortstop. Communicating with who does what in what situation. Pitch misses low and inside, ball 1. 94 on the fastball in. Newstrom holds the runner at first. Petrich is 2 for 3 stealing bases. Swing and a miss. Strike one. As it was the changeup from Krenzel. The sophomore does a great job at varying speeds. Works the fastball anywhere from 90 to 96. Swing and a miss, strike two. Has a sinker that works in that same zone, 90 to 96. Can be punishing with a slider. And he also works the change in. 1-2 to the left-handed batter. Called strike on the outside corner. And that's out number one here in the top of the seventh. That is the 8th strikeout by a Tennessee pitcher. And there's one out, one on for Pete Daniel. A walk in the third, comebacker to the mound in the fifth. 0 for 1. Check swing, called strike on the outside corner. 0-1 to the shortstop from Nashville. Krenzel misses low. Big secondary lead for the base runner at first. Petrich thought about breaking for second. Earlier today, Clark erased a base runner back in the first inning. So the first attempted steal by the Hokies was foiled on the strike to second by Clark. 1 ball, 1 strike. Pitch just misses outside, 2-1. Top of the seventh. Runner at first, 1 out. Tennessee 3, Virginia Tech 1. Early start to the Sunday schedule here in Arlington. Against the right-handed batter, the defense spread out as you would accustomed to see, and that is double play depth up the middle, deep drop at third, Ford playing close to the line. Next offering, tails away. 3-1 in favor of the shortstop Daniel. He walked in the third, works an advantage count here in the seventh. Pitch outside and low. Ball 4. Second time that Daniel has drawn a walk today. And that will put the tying run at first. We'll see a trip to the mound by Tennessee coach Josh Reynolds. To talk things over. Tennessee just broke a 1-1 tie in the bottom of the sixth with a pair of run-scoring doubles. And now a single to start the seventh. Called third strike after. And then a walk to put 2 on with 1 out. Sam Gates, left-handed hitting right fielder, lined out to the shortstop. Marin is out number 2 in the third, flied out to left to end the fifth. Pretty deep drive to left to end the fifth. First pitch grounded to Antigua, to short for 1, on to first, a double play. That's how you draw it up. Antigua with the toss to Marin. Manny fires the strike to Newstrom. And that's 4-6-3. Inning Over. No runs, a hit, one man left. Time to stretch it out at Globe Life Field. It's Tennessee 3, Virginia Tech 1 as you listen to Tennessee baseball. Seventh inning stretch time here in Arlington, Texas. Tennessee dropped the opening game here, losing to UCLA 12-5 last night. UCLA run-ruled Texas A&M to set up a battle of unbeatens today, as it'll be the 2-0 Bruins against the 2-0 Bulldogs from Mississippi State. Tennessee trying to go 2-1 on this trip to Texas. Bounce back, beat Arizona State yesterday 5-3. And Chris Newstrom, the 7-hitter for the Vols, hopes to start more offense. It's Tennessee 3, Virginia Tech 1 in the bottom of the 7th. Virginia Tech 0-2 to this point with losses to A&M and Mississippi State. It's a new pitcher, It is Logan Eisenrich that starts him off with a swing and a miss, strike one. Right-handed pitcher. Newstrom today 0 for 2. Has 3 extra base hits with Tennessee this weekend. Has hit in each of the first 2 games. Tried to check his swing. The home plate umpire says he went around. Strike 2 to the batter. Robbed on a great diving catch by Hughes to lead off the third. Bounced out to third as the first man up in the 5th. So this is the 3rd time that Newstrom has led off an inning. He is 4 for 10 here at Globe Life Field this weekend. Pitch tails low and outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes to the Vols' sophomore. So Eisenrich, no wins or losses, a 6.75 earned run average. His 4th appearance all out of the pen. 5 1/3 innings, 7 hits, 4 runs, all earned. 5 1/3. He has struck out 7. He's walked 3. He's allowed 2 doubles and a home run. Opponents at .318 against Logan Eisenrich. Pitch fouled up and into the stands. Count remains 1-2. Spell the last name Eisenreich. Former major leaguer Jim Eisenreich. Same spelling. Logan's family goes with Eisenrich. Pitch nibbling on that outside corner. Ball 2 to the batter, 2-2 the count. Manny Marin, Ariel Antigua to follow. 3 runs, 4 hits for Tennessee. A run, 3 hits for Virginia Tech. We play in the 7th. Fastball misses outside. Ball 3. Fastball goes 94 to 97. Also works in a sinker. Cutter, changeup, sweeper, curveball. Quite the arsenal. Called strike on the outside corner. The slider gets the job done. The sophomore, 6'4", 200 pounds, from South Riding, Virginia, strikes out the first batter he faces. As Newstrom, now 0 for 3 on the day, makes his way back to the dugout. Quick word for the Tennessee shortstop, Manny Marin. Manny has popped out to second, and he's flied out to center. Swing and a miss, strike one. Works the cutter on the outside part of the plate. Hokies play in at third. Well off the line, but also closer to the baseline by the first baseman, Groob. Swing and a miss. Nearly identical. First offering to the second. Working the outer part of the plate and a bit more. And Marin finds himself in a hole. 0-2. Pitch. He lets that one go. 1-2 to the batter. Marin digs in from the right side. Eisenrich into his windup. Ground ball to first, kicks high off the first baseman's glove to the second baseman. He was trying to barehand it and get the throw to first in time. Neither of the right side infielders could come up with it. And Manny Marin is on base. That was a hot shot, short hop to first. Groob could not come up with it. Ball came charging in, knowing that he had the opportunity perhaps to catch it midair, bare hand, and then throw on to first. That will be E3. But the ball's a one-out base runner for Ariel Antigua. Ariel shows bunt. Pitch misses outside. Ball one. Infield single with 2 out in the third. And in the blink of an eye, Tennessee had a run on the board. Infield hit. Walk by Abernathy to follow. And the RBI single by Henry Ford. And that was the only spot of trouble for the starter, Grimm. That ball driven in the air towards center field, ranging back towards right center. Hughes, he will hold his position as he gets to the spot, makes the catch, and that'll be out number 2. So out of 18 batters faced in the first 5 innings, that was the only pocket where Tennessee runners reached. And that was 3 straight. The infield hit, the walk, and the RBI single. And then to start the 6th, another walk drawn by Jay Abernathy. And that's when Virginia Tech went to the bullpen. Tennessee 3, Virginia Tech 1, 2 out, runner at first. And the pitch to Abernathy misses low, ball 1. Jay is 0 for 8 this weekend, but he's walked 5 times, and he has scored 3 times. He has scored in each game. Pitch misses high. 2-0. Abernathy awaits. They chase the runner back to first, Marin, with a throw over. Manny has not attempted a stolen base yet. A bluff towards second. Pitch misses outside. And it's now 3-0 to Abernathy. Second baseman Ball drops beyond the infield dirt into shallow right. The shortstop, his normal side of second, playing almost straight up the middle and deep as well. Strike. Outside corner. 3-1 to the ball center fielder. Trying to work a third free pass this afternoon. Letter high strike. That runs the count full. First baseman lets the pitcher know he's going to drop back defensively. Marin to get the head start as the pitch comes to the plate. There goes the runner. Called strike on the outside corner. Eisenrich fell behind the hitter 3-0 and then works back to get the strikeout. Second time that Abernathy has struck out today. Tennessee gets a runner on thanks to the error on the infield. And for the balls in the seventh, no runs, no hits, an error, one man left. We move to the eighth. It's Tennessee 3, Virginia Tech 1. This is Tennessee baseball. Tennessee protecting a 2-run lead as we go to the top of the eighth. Two of the first three to face Braden Krenzel got on base with a single and a walk. But then a ground ball to second turned into a very nice double play. And that moved the game along to the bottom half of the seventh. So it's the top of the order, starting with first baseman Sam Grube. And he takes a pitch outside, ball one. The left-handed hitter hit by a pitch to start the game. He's also been retired on a comebacker to the mound against Blanco, and he struck out in the sixth. Strike at the knees, and it's 1-1. 3.59 the average for the sophomore. 2 home runs, 8 runs batted in. Swing and a foul ball out of play, third base side, strike 2 to the leadoff hitter. The left fielder, Nick Licurdo, and the second baseman, Ethan Ball, due up in this top of the eighth. Tennessee 3 runs, 4 hits, a run, 3 hits, and an error for the school in Blacksburg. Pitch tails outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 97 on the low heater from Braden Krenzel. Swing and a miss. That was nasty. The curveball in, and that is a second strikeout for Krenzel, and that's out number 1 to start the eighth. One out for Licurdo. His line drive home run that just cleared the fence and left tied the game at 1 in the fourth. He also had the second hit for Virginia Tech as he went back to left field in the sixth. So 2 for 3 in this game as he looks at strike one. Swing and a miss, strike two. Count quickly 0-2. Everybody on the infield playing deep. Pitch upstairs. The junior lets it pass, and it's ball one. Pretty nice pitch. That one dips below the zone. The count that was 0-2 right out of the chute is now even at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Right-hander on the mound for Tennessee. Right-handed batter in the box for Virginia Tech. Tennessee leads by 2. 1 out, top of the 8th. Next offering misses just high. Wow, upper part of the zone, outer part of the plate. Very close, but it is ball 3, and the count now full. Swing and a foul tip into the catcher's mitt. That's a strikeout. And it's back-to-back strikeouts to start the 8th inning. It is the 3rd strikeout for Krenzel. It is the 10th strikeout for the staff. Here is Ethan Ball. Struck out in the first, and twice has been hit by a pitch since then. Swing and a foul tip, strike one. 0-1 to the batter. 94 on the first offering from the right-hander for Tennessee. Pitch dips just below the zone as the changeup results in ball 1. 1-1 the count. 2 out, bases empty. Top of the 8th. Tennessee 3. Virginia Tech 1. Pitch outside. Now 2-1. Ball hitting an even .400. His 11th game, college baseball. Ball driven in the air towards left field. Blaine Brown has a beat on it. He'll make the catch, and that will end the inning. About 10 feet shy of the warning track. About 380 in that area of the ballpark. 1, 2, 3 go the Hokies in the top of the 8th. Well done, Braden Krenzel. We move to the bottom half of the inning. Tennessee 3, the Hokies 1. This is Tennessee baseball. After dropping the Friday game 12-5, Tennessee bounced back with a 5-3 win yesterday against Arizona State. Tennessee has a chance to make this a winning weekend. Some insurance in the bottom of the 8th wouldn't hurt. Tennessee leads Virginia Tech 3-1 here at the home of the Texas Rangers, Globe Life Field. Volunteers were here in 2024. Henry Ford leads it off and takes a strike on the inside corner against Logan Eisenrich. RBI single in the third. Ford gave Tennessee the lead at the time. 1 for 3 today. He is 4 for 12 this weekend. Pitch lined in the air towards center field, right at Hughes. He'll make a quick adjustment to his right a couple of steps, but that'll be out number 1. With what we've seen from Hughes in center and Gates in right, Hokies have a pretty good outfield. One out for Blaine Brown. Called out on strikes in the first. Swing and a miss for strike 3 to end the third. Tennessee with the go-ahead run at second in the bottom of the 6th. As the left-handed hitter steps up to the plate. First pitch by the right-hander, misses way outside, actually kicks off the catcher's mitt towards the backstop. So they had the shortstop position exactly where he is right now, and that's essentially straight behind second base. Almost straight away center. Hard grounder up the middle. There's the right-hander again. Fires a pitch that is fouled away at home plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. Shortstop simply waiting on it to get to his glove. And the ball kicked off of second base into right center. That scored Jay Abernathy from second to break a 1-1 tie. And then after that double by Brown, as he wound up at second with his 12th run batted in, Levi Clark laced a pitch down the left field line to make it a 2-run 6th inning. And that's the difference in the game. Brown 1 for 3 today, 4 for 11 with 2 doubles, 2 runs batted in, and a run scored back in his home state. 3 runs, 4 hits for the Vols, a run, 3 hits, and an error for Virginia Tech. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Pitch outside, 2-1. There's an alley that goes right where the shortstop would normally be, all the way to the fence in left center. Swing and a foul ball high up the backstop. Evens the count at 2-2. Years and years ago, when Tennessee was playing in the Hormel Foods Baseball Classic in the old Metrodome in Minneapolis, there was a ground ball that got past the second baseman and went all the way to the fence because it hit that right spot in the carpet. Pitch lined right at the Tennessee dugout. Kicks off the rail. And that sends a runner down into the right field corner. It's outstanding effort by Freddie Hartzell. One of Tennessee's outstanding managers. Unbelievable to watch that crew work from one game to the next, one practice to the next. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Pitch in, count full, ball 3. Third baseman playing where the shortstop would normally be aligned. Everybody else has shifted around towards the right. Pitch outside, ball 4. It's a walk for Blaine Brown. It's the second base runner for Tennessee against Eisenrich. First was on an error. Levi Clark took Hughes to the track and center, 1 step shy of the wall. As the first out in the second. Grounded out to third in the 4th. and doubled down the left field line to give Tennessee a 2-run lead in the 6th. Takes a pitch off the plate, ball 1. Right-handed batter against the right-hander on the mound. Tennessee 3, Virginia Tech 1. A runner at first with 1 out in this bottom of the 8th. Big cut comes up empty. 1 ball, 1 strike. As Levi went after a slider. Nice job behind the plate today for Clark. In the first inning, threw out a runner trying to steal. Quick pivot and a fire to first. Brown back to the bag safely. Blaine has not attempted a stolen base this season. Opponents are 15 for 19 running against Virginia Tech. Pitch in. 2-1 to the Vols sophomore. Left side of the infield plays back. Second baseman also deep. And he is almost up the middle, straight up the middle. Pitch outside and low. 3-1. It's a cleanup hitter, and today, Tennessee catcher Levi Clark. The double, his 4th. The run batted in, his 6th. Brown, the conservative lead off of first base. He'll draw a throw over. The lengthy left fielder dives back to the bag safely. Pitch on its way. Hard grounder to short. A little trouble getting it out of the glove to second for 1 on to first. It won't be in time. The slightest hitch in the giddy-up for Daniel. Thought he had the ball, went to pull it out of the glove. And so a bit of a double clutch there. They do record an out. They cut down the lead runner. Brown out at second, 6-4. Good hustle by Clark as he beats the throw to first. So it is 2 out for Reese Chapman. Reese 0 for 3 today. Sends a cue shot down the third base line. It is a fair ball. There's the long throw to first and the scoop by Grube, and that will be the last out of the inning. There was a lot of English on that ball, but it held the line. And so Petrich came charging in. He's also made some fine plays with strong throws on the move. So for Tennessee in the 8th, no runs, no hits, 1 man left. We move to the 9th. Tennessee leads 3-1 as you listen to Tennessee baseball. Top of the ninth we go. Tennessee 3 outs away from the win column. Hitters 4, 5, and 6 due up. The first shows bunt, takes a strike on the inside corner. Center fielder Trayson Hughes struck out in the second, fouled out to third in the fourth, struck out again in the sixth. Braden Krenzel back out there. Swing and a miss, strike 2, 0-2 the count. Hughes hitting .235 for the season. 4 runs batted in, 3 doubles. Tennessee 3, Virginia Tech 1. Off speed, works outside, and it's 1-2. The designated hitter, Hudson Luderman, and third baseman Owen Petrich due up in this ninth inning. Krenzel just misses inside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The right-hander kicks and delivers. Pitch line in the air towards center field. Abernathy comes racing in. Might have come in one step too soon, or almost one step too many, but reaches up to make the catch. And the line drive is out number 1. Here is Luderman, sophomore from Knoxville. 0 for 3 today, reached on a fielder's choice in the fourth. He's fouled out to first and flied out to left. And he looks at strike 1, 92 on the opener from Braden Krenzel. Pitch, skips past the catcher. Quite the carom. As a new ball is tossed into play. Swinging a foul ball at home plate. Strike 2 to the batter. 1-2 the count. Right-handed batter against the right-hander on the mound. Sophomore v. sophomore. Strike on the inside corner. Outstanding pitch by Krenzel. And that is a 4th strikeout for the right-hander, and Tennessee an out away from wrapping up this ball game against Virginia Tech. Here's Owen Petrich. He is the only Hokie besides Licurdo to have a hit today. Licurdo tied the game with a solo shot in the fourth, had the next hit his next time up, and Petrich was the first to face Krenzel, and he went opposite field to right. Right-handed batter. Called strike. Krenzel just filling up the zone. Swinging a foul ball, strike 2. 0-2 the count. Tennessee looks for the last out. In a 1-2-3 ninth inning. The pitch just outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Hard grounder on 1 hop to short. Up with it, Marin. Across the infield it goes to Chris Newstrom. That's the inning. That's the ball game. Tennessee defeats Virginia Tech to cap a successful weekend at Globe Life Field in Arlington, Texas. Braden Krenzel gets 8 outs against the final 7 that he faces. And after the 1-out walk in the 7th, did not allow another base runner. So in the top of the ninth, no runs, no hits, score the last out of the ball game, 6-3. And Tennessee says, hello, win column. The Volunteers make it back-to-back wins against Virginia Tech in the series, and now within one of the Hokies all-time. 10 wins for Virginia Tech, 9 for Tennessee. And here in the Lone